In this era of cloud computing, many ISVs have started launching their own cloud platforms. Microsoft, which is a pioneer ISV, that is, independent software vendor, delivers a variety of cloud services through its own cloud. Initially known as Project Red Dog, later on they renamed it as Windows Azure, and currently it's popular as Microsoft Azure. Azure is a cloud computing service used for building, testing, deploying, and managing applications through Microsoft's managed data centers. It mainly provides three types of services, namely SaaS, Software as a Service, PaaS, Platform as a Service, IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service. Besides providing all these services, it supports a variety of programming languages, tools, and frameworks. This includes both Microsoft-specific and third-party software and systems. Many organizations have solved their business challenges using Microsoft's Azure. Microsoft is constantly developing its cloud with many innovative solutions. One such example is Azure ML Studio, which gives a drag-and-drop interface through which anyone can build their own solution without even much knowledge of coding. Azure is a very reliable cloud. Many governments are dependent on Azure. For example, Punjab's government official database is hosted on Azure Cloud Service Platform. The cost and maintenance of infrastructure, which used to be a burden to many organizations, is now hassle-free because of this cloud services. Microsoft's Azure does all the heavy uplifting in the backend, while the clients get to enjoy the hassle-free service from Azure. It's totally user-friendly. Now let's look into some of the services that Azure provides to its clients. Azure's IoT is an IoT-based application that is totally secure from end to end. There is IoT Hub, which is used for bidirectional communication between the devices. Azure Stream Analytics, which processes the data from the IoT devices. HD Insight is used to analyze the data that is being streamed and also the previously streamed and collected data. IoT Central is another service, is completely global IoT SaaS solution. Azure ML Studio has a visual interface with high capabilities. Microsoft has achieved human parity in vision, object detection, language, machine translation, and speech recognition. The cognitive services include the vision services, namely computer vision, custom vision, etc., speech language service, LOIS, and decision maker service. Bots can be easily developed with the available templates like Q&A maker and so on. Azure DevOps. One can plan matter, collaborate better, and ship faster with a set of modern dev services. There are many services like Azure Boards, Azure Pipelines, Azure Repos, Azure Test Plans, Azure Artifacts, which can be used for DevOps services. Azure Blockchain. One can jumpstart the projects by using the Azure Blockchain services. It has blockchain as a service as well as blockchain workbench. In the services, there are many solutions like Ethereum and Hyperledger Fabric. Azure Blockchain simplifies development and lets one to get running quickly. Big Data and Analytics. This delivers better experiences to make better decisions by analyzing massive amount of data in real time. Azure SQL Data Warehouse is fast, flexible, and secure cloud data warehouse for the enterprise applications. Its quick and easy provision services makes it a reliable and efficient service. As already discussed, the Azure ML Studio is a visual-based drag-and-drop service which is very efficient. Anyone can do it without any prior knowledge of coding. More than one algorithm can be applied in order to see which algorithm gives the best result and then remove the unwanted algorithm from the canvas and deploy the final model. It is fully managed, that is, no software and no hardware to manage Azure subscription. It's integrated, that is, drag and drop blocks to get started. It can be deployed in the click of a button. It can be deployed within minutes. Published as a web service and monetized in Azure ML Marketplace. It's flexible with built-in connection of best algorithms. Absolutely no coding required. This can be used for different problem statements in domains of HR analytics, anomaly detection, predictive analysis, etc. Data science is a subfield in artificial intelligence. It's the beginning step for machine. The data is processed and made fit to predict for machine learning. The data is freed from categorical and missing values. It's then feature scaled so that none of the parameter is ignored. Once the data is pre-processed, it's good to be fitted with an algorithm. Azure ML Studio has only one step, and that is to upload the data. Rest of the heavy uplifting is done in the backend. The ML Studio workspace shows the missing value and also has an option to clear if there is any such value. ML Studio is an easy to work with cloud platform with features that can be understood even by beginners. Running this won't require any supplementary hardware or software, just an account on Microsoft Azure is enough. Datasets and algorithms are conventionally integrated to the ML Studio that makes building models less taxing. Drag and drop feature to build models is a cherry on top, yet there is flexibility of writing our own codes if we don't want to use the algorithms provided. The provision to deploy the models as web service using ML Studio makes this whole package perfect for the use in the market. These also contribute to Microsoft Azure ML Studio's popularity, which we will be talking about in some time. As we can see, there is a numerous components on the page once we log into our ML Studio account. The list towards extreme left of the screen with the blue background consists of options required to make a project and deploy it. The experiments section lists all the projects we have worked on and is empty if we have just begun our journey with ML Studio. Plus, new option at the bottom left side of the screen allows us to add the datasets from external sources into the projects. Also allows us to start a blank project. The workflow to build a model on Azure is almost similar to the one we do in other languages, but it's easier and faster on Azure. We first import the datasets either from samples that contains datasets integrated with Azure, or from my datasets that includes all those datasets that we uploaded from our system. Using the plus new option discussed earlier, we explore and pre-process the data to look for trends or characteristics like number of missing values or number of unique values or their mean, etc., and bring it to a format that can be recognized by algorithm, as most data we get it noisy, incomplete and inconsistent. Most common practices are cleaning data, transforming data, reducing data, and discretization. We split the data into train sets and test sets. Once data is ready to be modeled, we choose the right algorithm from the list of algorithms available on Azure. We may use anomaly detection to look for credit card fraud, classification for HR attrition, clustering to analyze call records, and regression for forecasting sales, etc. After the model is chosen, we can optimize the algorithm by tuning the options available for each algorithm and tuning the model hyperparameters accordingly to give best results. Cross-validation can be used to check for the performance, where it evaluates both the datasets and the model. Attaching the trained model and the test datasets to the score model option allows us to score the dataset, and evaluate models option allows us to get the performance of the model, for example, accuracy of the classification model. Once we have everything ready, we can deploy the machine learning model as a web service on Microsoft Azure ML Studio itself. The two options we have are requested response that scores single record and batch execution service that scores the batch of records. We have already seen how simple it is to work with Microsoft's Azure ML Studio. Let us look at few more points that make Azure ML Studio better. The pay-as-you-go service allows us to choose from various plans to keep our expenses economical. and we don't need other hardware or software to work on this. Drag and drop feature is the major plus point, making the model look logical and also making the process fun. Minimum or no coding makes the process very easy and fast. Using the same platform for implementation minimizes the workload and aids in smooth deployment without compatibility issues. The documentation available for Azure ML Studio is vast and very helpful in training a beginner to get better at using the platform. The platform is a reliable cloud platform that is used even by industries for their requirements in the field of machine learning. Thank you.